It isn't obvious that he owns the farm. I didn't know
He's
that.
got a bow tie on.
He's not a slave.
He looks posh. He's got a bow tie on. He looks like, and it says,
Well, I
in
wasn't.
quotes,
Hang on,
perfect
both
every
of
time.
you. Wind your necks in.
He's obviously
I
the
wasn't-
owner.
Hold on. Shush, shush, shush. I wasn't aware of that. I mean, I don't eat the stuff. I don't buy it, but I wasn't aware of that.
Read the story, James. It's in there.
It shows a picture of him. He's got a bow tie on, and
picture-
it says perfect every time. So he's obviously the owner saying perfect
he
every
is
time.
The owner. There's another. the sort of
Sorry,
maple
guys, but it
syrup-
doesn't appear to me, and it doesn't appear to a lot of other people. So maybe that was a good thing to do, because maybe that was.
Maybe it's because of the Uncle Tom thing they're trying to. They're
Yeah.
saying maybe it's because of that, but it's not
Of
Uncle
course
Tom.
that's
It's Uncle
exactly
Ben.
what
It's
it is.
the,
Ben, and he owns the damn farm. Why can't a black guy produce rice?
that is, it's racist in a way that they've taken him
Well,
off.
listen, guys, I want to
it is,
hear
you're
what
right,
people
Ash.
listening think. I want to hear what people think.
well,
Is it racist to get rid of it, or was it actually one of those things that continues to perpetuate the idea of slavery? And try and make slavery look as if it was, in its day. This is a really good example of what he's got.
He's the owner of the farm.
Kevin, shut up and listen for a minute, please. Otherwise, I'll get very angry. This is an example of how things at certain times are acceptable, and then things change. And,
But it shouldn't- it
what was
shouldn't have changed.
acceptable...
So we no longer
20
accept that a black guy can own a farm.
Yeah, it's terrible. Actually.
You're doing this on purpose, Kevin. It won't work. You're just,
It's the
it
story, though. I mean, the
doesn't
point is, it's
look
madness.
like that. It doesn't. And, if you wanted to make more of it and make it look as it, you can have it in the small print on the back of the packet or wherever it is, or in the story, and the company could say, oh, well, he owns the farm or whatever. But it doesn't look like that for most of the people who would see it on television or see it in the store.
A couple of years ago, James, or a year ago, Jamie Oliver got in big trouble because he had a product out there called jerk rice, and it was his face on there, his white face, Jamie Oliver's jerk rice, and everybody said this is disgusting cultural appropriation. So exactly who is allowed to sell rice? Is it black people or white people?
You're missing. I don't believe, Kevin, for an intelligent man, you are missing the point. So, I mean, I expect that from
What
Ash,
is it? What is
but
it?
not from
What?
you.
Well,
I
keep
agree
saying
with
it's
this.
to do with
I agree
slavery,
that
James. It's not to do with slavery. The guy owned the farm.
that doesn't appear
It's actually a good
obvious.
example for black people on how you
That doesn't
can.
appear to be the case.
He owns the factory. He owns the business. It's a pioneering black man, and it's from like 100 years ago as well.
He's a
In
star.
that case, I'd like to hear what the listeners have to say.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
call us 0344 499 1000, because maybe I'm wrong. Unusual. Maybe Kevin and Ash are right.
Yeah, we are on
But,
this one, James. Trust me.
I actually think that's just harking back to an old-fashioned example. And
Of a
I
man-
didn't know
of a
that.
black guy who owns a farm. Well,
Kevin,
you can't keep.
you're doing
you
it again,
can't,
Kevin.
You can't skirt round this.
We can. You're not skirting round it. I'm making
I mean,
a point
almost
that
by
you seem to be
assuming that-
unable to understand.
Well, no. You keep saying it's to do with slavery. The guy owns the farm. That's the story.
But the reason they are changing it is because a lot of people think it looked
of the
like it
woke-
was.
But that's their ignorance for saying that a black guy reminds them of a slavery.
You're talking about ignorant people sensing.
mean,
And I don't
terrible.
think bringing up the Jamie Oliver and his jerk chicken, which, if I want to make jerk chicken, I'll make jerk chicken. If everyone wants to
In
get
that case,
offended
you'd
by
obviously
it,
be
get
guilty of
stuffed.
If I want to jerk a chicken, I'm gonna.
Yeah, well, that's cultural
Pardon?
appropriation according to that argument.
Oh, yeah, and
this is
somebody
all
the other...
madness. This is
Well,
crazy.
listen, I agree, but some people get offended. And this might
Oh,
well
Kevin,
be...
What's wrong with getting offended?
I think Uncle Ben would be offended. His
Why can't
face has
people
been
be
taken off
offended?
his
What's wrong with
product.
being offended.
I bet he
I
would.
mean, it's not a religion. I don't
All
get
right,
it. I
okay.
just don't
All right,
get it.
okay. No, leave Uncle Ben alone then, fine.
I think he'd
don't-
be very upset
Listen,
his face isn't on there anymore.
I don't like the flipping rice. It tastes terrible.
Well, no,
but,
no.
you carry on.
But it's very quick, 2 minutes and
I'm
it's done.
a Tilda man myself.
Oh, yeah, that's good. But make your own rice. Just do it yourself, 10 minutes and it's done.
What you do? But you. What do you mean?
Always
make
rinse
yourself?
it.
You buy a packet.
Rinse it about 3 times, you know what I mean, before get the starch out, and then you'll
Yeah.
get a nice all separate.
Are you allowed to
granules.
make rice?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I still can see what some people find or found offensive. But I'm open to persuasion.
They're reading too
I'm
much
open
into
to
it.
persuasion. I'm open to
So what if you
persuasion.
find it offensive? We're all grown ups.
But they're reading the wrong thing
When did
into it.
become illegal to offend anyone?
If they find it offensive,
Well,
they're reading
the problem,
it in the wrong way.
Hang on, both
What's
of
wrong
you.
with
What-
people being offended? Who
Nothing
cares?
at all. I've made a living out of it for nearly 50 years. The problem is that you have to tread carefully, and
Yeah, you do
the
these days, I agree with that,
the organisation Ofcom are able to say, oh, we don't want Kevin or Ash or James doing a program, you've got to remove them. And that's happened to me a few times. Now,
That's the way it's going, isn't it, now, yeah.
The people who run Ofcom now, I don't know any of them. It's a long time since I was invited by Ofcom. I used to be invited quite regularly to go to, but I haven't been there for some considerable time. So the rules and the regulations and what offends has changed. And it's something that I suppose we have to be aware of. Yeah, I don't get offended when people call me really terrible names. I couldn't give a I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less. But do you want to upset? Well, yeah, you know.
I don't care. I don't care if people are offended by things, you know, because they're.
Well, I'm sorry, but sometimes I don't want to.
I think take it.
They're saying it's racist, and it's not racist.
Both of you
that's
stop
the thing about it.
now.
That's the
Both
basic
of you.
thing.
I don't mind upsetting a lot of people, as it's well known, but I don't want to actually think after I finish a program somebody is sitting in a corner crying because of something I said.
Well, if they're crying because something.
And if you think that's all right,
they
Kevin, then you're a
deserve
bit
it.
of a
They fully
bully. And
deserve
quite
it.
frankly, I think we need to take you in a corner and have a word with you.
Why? Why? Because somebody's crying because of something you said on the radio. That's ridiculous.
Some
That's
people get
ridiculous.
hurt,
There's only one
and
response
some
to that.
people I
Grow
don't
up.
care about
Stop
hurting,
crying.
but you know, you come on, Kevin,
Stop
you've got to
crying
be
and grow
very
up.
careful.
You know, simple as that.